Everybody, I haven't done a sit down video in so long. If you're new to my channel, my name is Charlie. I love lifestyle videos, vlogging, and a lot of get ready with me. So if that sounds interesting, I just like to entertain you at the end of the day or make you forget about what's going on in this crazy world and just have fun here and just entertain you or educate you about things. So if that sounds interesting, I would love you to stick around and subscribe. So someone had said to me in the comments, and I thought this was genius. Because if you've seen any of my get ready with me's, my makeup videos, I am a huge blush girl, okay? This is nothing. I toned this down for today because I did this like super duper pink Valentine's Day look. So today's the 14th. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure I'll have this up for Friday, but it is Valentine's Day. So I just wanted to look really nice. I wore a red top and I toned down my blush for me. So if you go back in any of my videos or any of my Instagram posts, you will see that I am a blush queen. I love it. I love it on other people. It's one of my favorite makeup items. I think blush is gorgeous. I feel like it can brighten up your face. It can just do a lot for you. Now, excuse the background. My husband has been spackling. We're going to redo this beauty room for me. When my sister moved out, this opened up a room for me. And my husband has an entire garage, so I'm not being like selfish. He has his whole garage, and I have my beauty room. And then my daughter went into the bigger room of the house, aside from our master bedroom. So we're going to redo this room. I don't think you can even tell that there's spackle back there, so I'm kind of happy about that. But just in case, that's why the background's a little weird, but everything's going to look beautiful once we're done. We have this beautiful beige for the walls. I feel like I want to keep this room bright because it's a little smaller. So I feel like smaller colors will make it look smaller. Brighter colors will open up like the room. Even though it's white, I think beige is going to be gorgeous. So let's get on with that. So each day of the week, today's Tuesday, or the next few days, I'm going to use different color blushes. Obviously today I did like a bubblegum pink. I'm going to do a more neutral color. I'm going to also do more of a corally color, orange. I have all different colors. Here's my thing with makeup. I often use eyeshadows to customize blushes. They blend beautifully. They blend on your eyes. They're safe for your cheeks. You know what I mean? I always go by this rule of thumb. If it's safe for your mouth or eyes, I don't mind using it anywhere on my face, because your eyes and your mouth are both very important. So I will often customize blushes if I can't figure out exactly what color blush I want, and it's all a learning curve. I'll see if I can pull out a few old looks. While I still feel like I'm beautiful, I don't want to put myself down. I was definitely learning, and it can show you kind of like the evolution of my makeup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put little overlays, videos of me applying different color blushes throughout the week. And then I was just going to talk about it. I know it sounds silly to dedicate a whole video to blushes. I'm going to keep it as short as possible, but it can be tricky knowing color palettes, I should say. Now, I look at colors very differently. I can look at reds and I'll say to my husband like, oh, don't you see this like neutral red or this blue base red? And do you see the blue in that red, or do you see the yellow in that red? And he can't see it. But my sister, who is an actual like painter and an artist and a drawer, can see the different undertones and different types of colors, and how there's about 5,000 blues, and you can customize colors. She can see it. I can see it. I think any type of art can be like your face, your hair, woodwork. I think of art as a plethora of things. My uncle is a carpenter, and he would make little trinkets and stuff out of wood. And my husband's a welder, and he would make stuff out of welding. So I feel like art is subjective and very important, and I love it. Art can be decorating, a home decor. I feel like anything creative is art. I mean, that's just my opinion. So I'm going to share with you my favorite blushes, mostly all of my blushes, very quickly. And then we'll go into how I choose what blush looks best for eye looks, because I do probably 4 days a week, I do colorful looks, and then I'll keep some looks neutral, like if I'm going to my daughter's school for anything. I mean, the other day I wore the most crazy look to school. I wore purple, or maybe I wore red. I wore red because it was the playoffs and the team's red. So I personally don't care, and people enjoy it. I have a lot of people come up to me and say things, and the one girl's mom follows me on TikTok, so I personally love it, and people seem to enjoy it. So Milani, number one, is a standout blush. These are probably older packaging. They last so long, and my rule of thumb is liquid items I don't use past expiration date, but powders, I'm not gonna lie to you, I keep them around for a long time. So this is Luminoso. This is the newer Luminoso. I was one of the people that did enjoy the previous formula and the previous color, but this is absolutely stunning. This is stunning on every skin tone, from fair to the deepest of skin tones. I am somebody, and if you've seen any of my past videos, that gets very upset with not having exclusive, not being exclusive in your brand, not being able to cater to every skin tone. And that doesn't just mean white and black. That means people who are Indian or Mexican or Asian, whatever your ethnicity is, race, the color of your skin tone, you should be able to find makeup that suits you. And that's where I get very aggravated. But Milani does an amazing job. And I believe it may have been for women of color. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just love it. And this is Luminoso. It's a very buildable color, and it's has a nice, beautiful sheen to it. This is an everyday color. This is a great office color. This is a great teacher color. This is a great everyday color. Then this is worn to death. It's broken. It's not because of the packaging. It's me. And this is Delicioso Pink in 10. This is the color that if you see me wearing pink, 99% of the time, this is what I'm wearing. It's just that very popular blue-based pink. And it is buildable, gorgeous, but very pigmented. But if you don't have these colors, like say you're on a budget and you have the Jaclyn Hill 2 palette, there is so many colors in there that you can make for blushes. So don't go out and, you know what I mean, go overspend. You can do a lot to create blushes. Then this was my tried and true for years. This is the brand Note, and I will link all these for you. This is Desert Rose. I won't link them in my link tree. I'll actually put physical links for you guys so you don't have to go searching. And this color, I'm telling you, I wore this every day for 4 years. Nothing changed. I didn't change it up. And look at that. I didn't even make a dent. And this is pigmented. It's gorgeous. And this is perfect for orangey looks, neutral looks. It's one of the best. This one has gotten a lot of love. I bought this last year. I just took a chance with the brand Lawless from Sephora. And this is very affordable for a high-end blush. And look how gorgeous. I mean, I loved this product. And this is only a year's worth of wear. I love it. As you can see, I'm just now recently getting into pinks. I used to only wear orange, neutral, or like apricots, brownies, nude colors. I never wore these pinks, but I'm just in love with them. And I love how like that cheruby look. So I bring mine very in to make my face fuller. If you want a more lifted look, definitely avoid the apples. You can apply your blush however you do. This is just what I personally like. I like looking like a cherub. I like having those fat, like little cheeks. I already have quite a full face. I can't tell if I have a round face, a heart-shaped face, or an oval face. Maybe a little bit of all three. But I feel like this makes me look a little more youthful. I'm sure I'll look back and cringe when makeup trends change, but I don't always go with the trend. So this is One Size Beauty. I've talked about this probably enough where you guys don't want to hear about it anymore. And this is in Firestarter. I highly recommend these. This would be so stunning on a deeper skin tone. I would gag. It would be so gorgeous. This is another one that I often wear. This is Thrill by NARS. It's just, again, that blue-based pink. This is also something, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, when I'm wearing pinks, it's usually mixed between this and that, and I often mix to customize my color. These Maybelline Studios, now I don't know if they changed the packaging. This one is in Coral. This one's gorgeous, and you can skip the highlighter with these. They're like a 2-in-1, so if you like shimmery blushes or you just want a little bit of shimmer and not go crazy with the highlight, I recommend this highly. It's gorgeous, and I have a few colors. I just pulled out one. Now, for purples, I don't wear purples a lot. I love purple on deeper skin tones or on very fair skin tones. This is Fantastico Mauve from Milani. I hope they still have it. If not, I will find something very similar for you guys. Look at this gorgeous purple. I remember there was a girl named Liz on, that's why I bought this. She was a YouTuber, very, very famous. she like had 1 million subscribers, and then she just like dropped off the face of the planet, and I've never seen her again, probably in 6 years. I know that she had been battling, I believe, with an eating disorder, and then she had her jaw wired shut, and then you never heard from her again. But she used to contour. Does anybody remember that? With this purple? I remember. And I'm like, I love it. So I used to do it, and it looked terrible on me. But this is very, very pigmented. Excuse me. It's like a plum. So you won't often see me wear this color. Excuse me. If you do, I would probably mix this with something pinker just to give me a little more color, but this would be beautiful on a deep skin tone. But this would definitely go with a more purpley mauve look, which I don't do a lot. I'm not someone who loves cool tones, but I'm trying to love them a little more. And then I got my 2 new palettes, or 2 new colors. This was the one that I have been waiting for. This is the one I'm wearing today, and this is Cloud Crush from Too Faced. It is so perfect. You'll see me applying this, probably the first application overlay, or the first video overlay you'll see is of this. I'm not going to talk too much longer. I'm hurrying, I promise. So look how gorgeous that bubblegum pink is. This is that true Kylie Jenner cool tone pink that everybody wants. I put my email in, and the day it came back in stock, I ran. So I used that, and then I used a smidge of this Patrick Ta Major Headlines blush palette, and I love it. I didn't really touch too much of it because I'm going to try to use this tomorrow. It comes with a highlighter and 2 blushes, and then the cream products up top. Look how stunning that is. Absolutely beautiful. And I just took the deeper pink here and just added a little here to give myself some dimension and contour my face. I love the look of when people blush, when people contour with blush, give yourself a much more lifted look. It just depends on my mood, really. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Sometimes I like a more lifted look, but 90% of the time, you guys, I do this more like cherub, fat face look. That I don't want to say fat face like in a mean way, but like full face, I should say. I don't want to upset anybody. And like I said, hold on one second. I have it right here, my Jaclyn Hill palette. I know people are like iffy about Morphe, but it's still my favorite, you guys. It could be why my eyes are watering all the time, but I'm going to use it because I love it. So if I was in a pickle, and say like I was going on a little mini overnight vacation or something, and I didn't want to pack an excessive amount, which is ridiculous because I'm sure you're like, yeah, right, lady, you probably pack way too much makeup, and I do. But just say like I got there and I was like, oh, I don't have my pink. I would use these. And I've done it before. And this one you can see has been worn down. And that's not just from eyeshadow use. I would wear this as a blush. And it's a gorgeous blush. So now, really quick, how I'm going to explain to you now that I've shown you my favorite blushes. This is what I do as a rule of thumb. I used to have a hard time matching and figuring out what looks good with what. So I would be like, I would always Google like green eye looks or red eye looks. What blushes go good with this? And then it would give you like images of things. And that's how I first began, because you couldn't wear a pink. I mean, you could do whatever you want. Please don't ever let me discourage you. You do whatever makes you happy. But I wouldn't recommend wearing a bright orange eye with a pink cheek. It might look a little off. So my rule of thumb is just to stay in the same color category. Also, one other thing I've been doing, and I've showed this in my Get Ready With Me. This is the Ben Nye Pink Powder. Pink powders are all the rage now. I've been using this. Oh my gosh. I bought this when another YouTuber had recommended this and the white one. I bought this. I started buying this about 10 years ago. I love that pink eyes are back, but you just take a little bit and you blend the top so it's that seamless flow, so you don't get that like Napoleon look, like people say, like the Napoleon ice cream. But what was I saying? So I try to stay in the same color theme. So if I'm doing a bright orange eye, I would stick more with like my One Size Beauty or my Lawless Beauty or my Note. These ones that are a little more orangey tone, corally. So if I was doing that, if I was doing a pink look, obviously I would go with pinker cheeks. If I was doing purple, I would stay in the pinker, because I couldn't pull off purple cheeks. I would look crazy. But on other skin tones, it might look absolutely stunning, especially on a black woman. I think it would look magnificent. Matter of fact, I believe I saw a TikTok of a black woman using purple blush, and I couldn't believe how stunning she looked. I mean, I could believe it, but you know what I mean. So I try to stay in a color scheme. So pinks kind of stay with pinks. If you do a neutral eye where like say one day you just do a wash of color, like a neutral lid, a teeny tiny bit of bronzer in your crease and a big wing, you could do any blush you like. And that's kind of like my rule of thumb. Pretty simple. I am going to put up like each day, like I said. So you'll see this on Friday. So I kind of want to wrap this up here. So basically what I'm saying is I stay in the same color scheme. So if I do a bubblegum pink, I'll do like this color blush for it, a more bubblegum. But say like I did a more neutral pink where it was pulling more like this color. Instead of doing such a bright pink, more like a muted pink, I would just tone down the blush a little bit, or maybe even go in. So if you're really confused and you don't really know, maybe dip a small amount into the eyeshadow you're using and go from there. And maybe then you'll be able to kind of envision it. Now for reds, when I do a red look, I usually go into a more corally or neutral color. So if I was going to do this crazy red here, I would probably dip into a color similar to this one and add a bit of orange to it, something like that. It can be confusing and difficult, but like I said, I will put eye looks up. So like for green, now green and pink does look good together, but then you can get on that border where you are looking kind of clownish, and I don't want you to take that the wrong way. So I do have one other color I can show you. Nope, that's not it. Hold on one second. You could certainly just go bronze and do a very bronzy look if you wanted to. But this is my go-to when it's not my favorite, but it's my go-to when I can't match my eye look. So like say I did a very blue look or a very green look and I just can't figure out what would look best because blue, and then you have the pink and it's kind of like weird. So I try to stick to something very neutral. So this is 06 Bellissimo Bronze from Milani. And as you can see, it looks like a bronzer, but it's kind of got a little bit of a touch of coral in it, I would say. So I would take a little bit of this and I would do an all over color as if I was kind of bronzing up my face and just giving myself some life. And then right over top of that, I would take my Luminoso and I would go right over it like that. And that's how it would change the color. So that would look good. You could do that very light-handed with any eyeshadow look, because I know greens can be hard to pair, blues can be hard to pair, but you don't wear those types of colors. A lot of people that wear makeup just to like enhance themselves and not so much like I like to wear it as like a therapeutic thing or like a creatively. A lot of people just want to enhance their beauty just a little bit. And that's what I recommend, going for a lighter color. I know it can be confusing. If you have any questions, you can certainly ask me. I am not professional. I am not trained. This is just things that I have learned, trial and error. Like I said, I'm going to pop up little videos throughout the week of me doing it, and I finally will bite the bullet. I think I've said a few times now, showing old makeup looks. My eyebrows are really bad, so please be gentle, but it's going to show you the evolution of how my makeup has transformed and changed. And then maybe we'll recreate some of the looks and update them. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped a little bit. You're probably wondering why I was dedicated an entire video, but I feel like this will help somebody, especially me who loves blushes and dedicates my like whole look around a blushy look. I think it can make you look youthful. I am obsessed with that cold girl look where they do the really pinky nose and the pink top lip. I love it. It's so cute. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I would love you to stick around and subscribe. I hope you've been enjoying my content lately. I would love you to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, wherever I am. Most of my Instagram, I will post my makeup looks. I haven't in since Christmas, so I really need to get my ass over there and put an updated picture. And let's see. And my TikTok is mostly like hair, nail, like just kind of the same here, but in a shorter, more condensed video. So I hope you enjoyed this. I would love you to stick around and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, girls. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see all of my friends in the next video. Bye, everyone.